Hello. On behalf of the City of Mississauga, I would like to welcome you to the Virtual Public Information Center being held for the Sheridan Creek Erosion Control Study from Lushes Avenue to Clarkson Road South. The purpose of the Virtual Public Information Center is to share information about the Sheridan Creek Erosion Control Study and to obtain your comments for consideration by the City of Mississauga. The presentation will address the following. The study will be introduced, the municipal class environmental assessment process will be outlined, the problems and opportunities within the study area will be summarized, the environmental conditions within the study area will be described, the alternative solutions being considered in the study will be identified and briefly described, the preliminary recommended solutions will be identified, and finally, the planned next steps in the study will be outlined. The City of Mississauga is undertaking a study for erosion control and restoration of Sheridan Creek from Lushes Avenue to Clarkson Road South. Sheridan Creek originates in the industrial lands north of Queen Elizabeth Way, flows southeast through the study area, and ultimately discharges to Rattray Coastal Marsh and Lake Ontario further southeast. This section of Sheridan Creek, which spans 749 meters, has been previously straightened and includes many areas that were concrete lined approximately 40 to 50 years ago. The study is being carried out in accordance with the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment. The Municipal Class Environmental Assessment is an environmental planning and decision-making tool used to assess the potential environmental impacts of a proposed project. The Municipal Class Environmental Assessment classifies projects based on their type and extent of anticipated environmental impacts. The Sheridan Creek Restoration Study is classified as a Schedule B project. For a Schedule B project, the following are required: identifying and describing the problem or opportunity, identifying and assessing alternative solutions for addressing the problem and/or maximizing the opportunity, establishing a preliminary recommended solution and consulting agencies and the public on it, documenting the study carried out and making the report available for comment by agencies and the public, and finally, implementation of the project. The problems identified for this section of Sheridan Creek include the following. The concrete channel and gabion baskets are no longer functioning as designed, posing a risk to infrastructure and the environment. Excessive erosion has also led to bank and valley wall destruction, slumping of gabion baskets, and elevated storm sewer outfalls. In addition, this section of Sheridan Creek has been identified as requiring rehabilitation based on the city's ongoing erosion monitoring program. As a result, the main goal of the study is to mitigate the existing erosion problems and ensure long-term stability of the creek using natural design techniques where feasible, while protecting or enhancing the existing environment within the study area. The section of Sheridan Creek under study has been subdivided into 3 sections, or what are called reaches, based on their similar characteristics. Starting with Reach 1, the existing conditions of each reach is described. Reach 1 is 136 meters long and starts at Lushes Avenue and continues southward to the start of the concrete line channel. No significant issues were identified and only minor channel bank erosion was noted in Reach 1. There is the opportunity to improve aquatic habitat conditions in Reach 1. Reach 2 is 293 meters long and is within a concrete line channel that is cracked, displaced, and failing in segments. The entire reach is a barrier to fish passage, and concrete failure poses a risk to infrastructure. There is the opportunity to restore fish passage and aquatic habitat and channel functions in Reach 2. Reach 3 is 320 meters long from the Sea and Railway crossing to Clarkson Road South. The gabion bank protection along most of the channel banks is in various states of repair, leaving banks exposed. There is the opportunity to stabilize the banks in Reach 3 with alternative treatments to restore fish passage. The study area is within a highly urbanized portion of the City of Mississauga. The narrow strip of greenland along Sheridan Creek is surrounded by apartment buildings, detached residential dwellings, a senior home, and a public school. There are no regionally or provincially significant wetlands or other provincially designated areas present in the study area, and the native botanical species are for the most part tolerant of disturbance. There are also no registered archaeological sites located within 1 kilometer of the study area. As part of Phase 2 of the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment process, alternative solutions appropriate to each reach were developed. The alternative solutions consisted of the following: do nothing, site-based work, reach scale work, and channel realignment. The first three alternative solutions were appropriate to reaches 1 and 2, and all four alternative solutions were appropriate for reach 3. The alternative solutions were evaluated against a set of evaluation criteria grouped according to the following 5 categories: technical, natural environment, social, economic and built environments, cultural environment, and financial. The evaluation criteria were applied to each alternative solution to identify potential effects, both positive and negative. The effects were then comparatively evaluated to identify a preliminary recommended solution that represented the best balance of advantages and disadvantages. Alternative 1, do nothing, was identified as the preliminary recommended solution for Reach 1 because it poses no immediate erosion risk. As a result, the do nothing alternative offers more advantages and less disadvantages compared to the other two alternative solutions. Alternative 3, reach scale work, was identified as the preliminary recommended solution for Reach 2 because it would provide stability to the watercourse and significantly improve the aquatic habitat. Therefore, Alternative 3 offers more advantages and less disadvantages compared to the other two alternative solutions. Alternative 3, reach scale work, was identified as the preliminary recommended solution for Reach 3 because it too would provide stability to the watercourse and significantly improve the aquatic habitat. Consequently, Alternative 3 offers more advantages and less disadvantages compared to the other three alternative solutions. The preliminary recommended solution consists of making no changes to Sheridan Creek in Reach 1 and undertaking reach scale works in Reach 2 and 3. If the preliminary recommended solution is confirmed as the preferred solution based on agency and public comments received, including feedback from this Virtual Public Information Center, then several proposed impact management measures will be implemented to avoid, minimize, or mitigate potential adverse environmental effects during construction. The proposed impact management measures consist of both best management practices commonly used in infrastructure projects, as well as those specific to this type of project and environmental setting. The proposed impact management measures will be confirmed as part of further design and obtaining any project-specific agency permits and approvals. Please contact either Elizabeth Delmore or Jeff Doucette if you have any questions or comments regarding the study or would like to be included in the project mailing list for receiving future project-related notifications directly. The Municipal Class Environmental Assessment is anticipated to be completed in late 2021, with the City of Mississauga issuing a notice of completion followed by a 30 calendar day comment period. Those public members on the project mailing list will receive the notice directly. The notice will also be advertised in the Mississauga News and placed on the city's webpage. Following this, further design of the preferred solution will be completed along with applying for and receiving any project-specific agency permits and approvals. Construction of the project is expected to take place over summer and fall of 2022. Area residents and property owners will be notified in advance through a construction notice. Again, on behalf of the City of Mississauga, thank you for attending the Virtual Public Information Center for the Sheridan Creek Erosion Control Study.